Kasalukuyang nagsasagawa ng press conference ang Department of Energy sa presyo ng petrolyo na ipatutupad bukas. Panoorin po natin ito.
Pagkain natin sa umaga, I don't want to mention kung ano, baka...
Cost orders to 55 of them, giving them 24 hours to answer DOE if there is a valid reason not to cancel their permits from DOE. And if there is a reason and we cancel their permits, we will also ask the local executives, the mayors, to cancel their business permits. I would like to, if you can report on the activities on the monitoring and how people should report on any airing gasoline stations, please. Thank you.
So first, I personally visited and asked 3 oil gas stations to explain within 24 hours why no administrative fines, penalties, and/or criminal action should be imposed or instituted against them for the foregoing violations. It was found that their establishment failed to comply with the advisory of the Department of Energy Secretary dated March 6, 2026, issued by the Department of Energy on compliance with fuel pricing and loading policies, which provides the following directives. It states there, I quote, "Accordingly, all oil companies are hereby mandated to direct their company-owned and dealer-owned gasoline stations to strictly comply with the following measures. Number 1, compliance with the price directive on petroleum products. 1.1, all gasoline stations must strictly comply with the price directive, including any staggered price adjustments as mandated by the Secretary of Energy. And 1.2, all gasoline stations shall not be allowed to prematurely implement any price increase, commit any form of profiteering, or assist in the commission of the same." They were asked to submit their sworn explanation to the Director of the Oil Industry Management Bureau of the Department of Energy, Energy Center, Rizal Drive, BGC, Taguig City. It should be in writing, under oath, and done within 24 hours. So, how do we report? The enforcement team were instructed to listen to the announcements of the Secretary and the Oil Industry Management Bureau on a price range every week. If they go beyond the price range, we are asking consumers, the mayors, the police, everyone, to report on any unauthorized adjustments. So we are doing this so that we still have a fair playing field, even if there are extraordinary circumstances. If you would allow, let me also explain that the current policy
We can, did they show you the staggering of prices? Okay, we can have it printed also and sent, or sent to you. Just ask sila Andrea for a copy. But can we flash the other file, Mandy, on what are the airing gasoline stations that Wimpy's team has investigated? We can provide the file. These are alleged pa lang. We are still asking them to defend themselves. But these are the reported, whether through DOE, through the PNP, through the mayor, even in our social media. These are some of the collated. We are still trying to cope with the number of complaints, but the 54, I believe, will be issued or have been issued already, including the ones that WIMP went to.
Ang inyo pong napakinggan ay press conference ni Energy Secretary Sharon Garin hinggil po sa magiging posibleng price adjustment sa petrolyo. Ang sabi po sa diesel, posibleng 17 to 24 pesos per liter ang tinatayang pagtaas. Sa Shell, 24 to 25 pesos daw ang magiging taas presyo sa mga produktong petrolyo. Ang Petron naman, higit 19 pesos, habang ang Chevron, 17 pesos and 50 centavos per liter. Ang Jetty, 19 pesos per liter ang posibleng taas presyo. Habang ang sea oil, 21 pesos to 23 pesos per liter sa petrolyo. Pero ilan po sa mga kumpanyang ito ang sinasabi ay utay-utay daw yung gagawing taas singil. So abangan po ang iba pang mga detalye sa patuloy nating balitaan dito sa 1PH, 1 News at sa News 5.